How are you guys so dominant?
We just kept it simple, and we just, we stuck to our guns. We really just, believed in each other and really just played our game. And I'm so proud of all the guys behind and everybody I play with because at points you have a turnover here or really for me the point of the game was when they kept going for it on fourth down. First two series it was just so disrespectful. And I feel like the guys, we all just looked together and was like, yo, guys, let's get this done. So I really feel like, them making those mistakes is really what pushed us.
Shelby, real quickly, you mentioned that being disrespectful. I saw Tim Patrick's comments about the going for it on the fourth down after the game as well. It's interesting because teams go for it on fourth down more than they ever have in the history of the league. The Broncos have been more aggressive on fourth down offensively than most other teams. Why did that in particular bother you guys so much?
Well, they had a 4th and 3. You chose to either take the points or go for it. They chose to go for it, and they didn't get any points. It happened twice. No, it's just disrespectful because you're in field goal range. You have a strong leg kicker, and Greg Zerline,
Mm-hmm.
he's a strong leg, and he just chose not to. So that means you really just thought that we were some garbage. He's like, hey, I can just do this and easy get yards. So, that's disrespect.
So obviously you felt it in the middle of the game. I saw your tweets, and you heard us talking. You had to answer a couple questions on this show. How much did the media response to the Vaughn trade in particular and the questioning how much did that annoy you guys, or is that just part of the job?
Man, we were just tired of hearing about it. Obviously we know every question is gonna be, oh, Vaughn, 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 and we just wanted to go out there and show the fact that we are more than just that. You know what I mean? And Coop, Wesley, everybody that went out there and just performed. They pretty much just went out there and just showed it's their time now.
Yeah, there seemingly was a collective chip on the shoulder by that defense, and then the defense goes out and puts up their best performance of the season. Let's talk a little bit about the rest of the front seven. Obviously, you and Draymond were fantastic again up front. You helped out Justin Simmons on that big stuff of Zeke Elliott on that 4th down and 1. But the linebacking crew for this defense right now, how much different is it with Kenny Young and Baron Browning in there, and what have they brought to the group?
The one thing I would say that they brought is a different type of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Just be flying around just trying to make plays, and with Kenny and Barron, it's crazy just because people pretty much counted us out after AJ and Josie, and then we come out there with 2 Pro Bowl quality linebackers. It's scary. It's scary, and that's the thing. Is like my one message I always want to say is stop counting us out.
Mm-hmm.
Or keep doing it because we have a knack to keep coming and proving you wrong. But it's like, every team in the NFL is a legitimate team. And the problem is people start disregarding certain teams. And that is the problem because NFL, you can win any week. And so my one thing is we are a legitimate team. We are playoff. We can really work for the playoffs. We just got to stick together and ride the waves.
Well, and you guys did a great job. I mean, Shelby, it's funny, and what I love about having you on is you always you give us honest conversation. I mean, a lot of the noise that you hear does come from the offensive side of the football. I think when you hear some of the doubt, and look, you're talking to 2 guys that mainly, when we lay criticism on this team, it's because this offense can be frustrating to watch. They gave you a lot of support the other day. Did that allow you to play differently? I mean, it's not like you blew them out from start to finish. You had a lead, but you had a couple things that didn't go right. You had 3rd and 2, and Teddy gets sacked because of a blocking breakdown or whatever. But what does it do for the defense when you finally get a couple points to play with there?
The one thing is, obviously nobody played perfect.
Right.
But, time of possession, if you just look at that and you see how long our offense has the ball and how much rest we got as a defense, That could be scary. And as long as your offense can do that every week to week, and just stay consistent, and they're going to just keep getting better and better and better. And it's our job to just keep hyping them up more and more and more because at the end of the day, we go as they go, and so it's all about just hyping them up and positive influence.
Let me ask you this. When you watch a guy like Javonte run, and Melvin had a really good game too, but we always kind of get enamored as a fan base, even as a media, with the new kid. But I watched Javonte run. I don't know. I got to go back to the Mike Shanahan years, honestly, Shelby, to think about a running back that just breaks tackles the way that he does. When you see the way the kid runs, I guess I shouldn't assume anything. A, are you impressed? And B, do you ever go make comments to the coaching staff about what you're seeing? Especially you practiced against the kid. Have you ever made a comment about how impressed you were with him to the coaching staff?
When it comes to Javonte, he pretty much speaks for himself. You know what I mean? Like, no comments needed. He goes out there and he does his thing. And I really think that, having Melvin and having him together, they're the perfect combo. We tried it last year, Melvin and Phil. It didn't work. But having Melvin and, Javonte together, I really believe that it's, creating a dynamic duo. And just being able to have time off, being able to have, rest periods between series, that's what's important. And, Javonte is doing his thing out there, and we would be – who knows where we'd be without him.
Shelby Harris Show, Kreckman and Lindahl. So, Shelby, the question everyone wants to ask now is this the start of something big? You guys beat football team. You beat the Cowboys. You got the Eagles here before the bye. You never want to go into a bye week with a sour taste in your mouth. Like, is this all happening now? Are the Broncos ready to really string together some victories and put yourselves in the thick of the playoff race? All this division is winnable right now. It's all in front of you. I mean, you're coming off a 4-game losing streak, but is that all a thing of the past? I think that's what people want to know. Is that the feel around the team?
Man, you tell me. We got all these sideline coaches over here telling us how we're going to do, and we're going to lose the Cowboys. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And now they're over here looking stupid. So at the end of the day, we don't put expectations on anything because obviously we've been proving people wrong all season. So you tell me, we're gonna be out here. We're going out there and we're gonna run the ball. We're gonna create pressure, and we're gonna create havoc. That's what we do. You can hate on us as long as you want to, but we're gonna be here. We're not going nowhere, and we're aiming for that number 1 spot.
Well, Shelby, I got a whole $20 on you guys winning 10 games, so I'd like not to pay that to my cocky neighbor down the street. So, hey man, did you? I don't know that you saw it last night, but I really want to ask you this real quick because you're a pro athlete. Obviously, I know you're into basketball. Nikola Jokic has been the main topic of our show today. Usually, it's you guys 90% of the time. Okay, I think you know that. That's the town you play in, right? You guys are the big story. But Nikola gets a cheap foul and then goes back and gives it to a guy. Now people are debating, should he have stood up for himself, so on and so forth. You play a position where I'm sure some things go on that we always don't catch and you probably are not always happy about. What's the line of protecting yourself? And if you saw the foul, what's your ideas on Nikola's reaction to it all?
Well, I'm not from Serbia, and so I'm not about to go just knock somebody out. Like, obviously, he's angry about it. And my thing is, it's easy to play the agitator, and then when it's time to get active about it, you want to lay on the ground. And, it's crazy. I don't really care about what necessarily happened in the game, with Morris laying on the ground and all that stuff. But my thing is more of play the game. I thought, the rules already have started, making this the way it's supposed to be. But then, that stuff yesterday, that's not, playoff basketball. People try to say, oh, my God, it's so physical. No, that's just dirty. And it has nothing to do with Jokic. He didn't start it. But at the end of the day, that's dirty. And we're here to watch basketball. And, that's all I care about.
Shelby, the other major sports story coming out of last night, Monday Night Football, and the taunting call on the Bears linebacker, Cassius Marsh. The taunting in that point of emphasis, how often and what is the conversation about getting that drilled into your guy's head of finding the line with emotion and making sure whatever form of celebration you're doing out on the field is within the rules and making sure you're not costing your team?
Well, that thing with Marsh was pretty garbage.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. So my whole thing is, I shoot it straight. Y'all know me. I'm just gonna tell you how I feel. That was garbage. You leaned into him and then threw a flag.
Hmm?
It's just at a point where you're deciding the game. I didn't know we were watching the Zebras. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it was a Bears Steelers game, not a Zebras game, and that's what they made it. And we got to fix that because it's unacceptable that it's happening in multiple games. We're not here for Zebras. We're here to watch football players.
Yeah, it was a hell of a throw of the flag by him. How much do you guys discuss? And I'm sure you get the officiating assignments early in the week. How much is that a point of discussion for you guys? Of some weeks that the game is just gonna get called a certain way.
Well, it happens more than you think, but the whole thing is you got to overcome it. It's times where it's like, okay, well, you can see who they want to win, and you can see, how they're gonna do it. The main thing is more overcoming. And there's no excuses for anything. It's all about overcoming adversity. And that's what I would definitely say is, changing us as a team. We've been through adversity. We've been through this. We've been through that. And we're still standing. So, it's just crazy. The one thing I do remember from seeing on Sunday, every analyst picked the Dallas Cowboys to win.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so how about that? That's trash. You obviously don't know what you're watching. So go back and watch the film, and then check us out later.
Shelby will just go ahead and confess
Right,
that both
gosh.
of the dudes you're talking to right now also did pick the Cowboys. So good on you
can
guys,
ha-ha,
man.
I know
Shelby.
you guys, but here's my thing: nobody picked us. Nobody, and that's the problem. Is that the fact that the only people that believe in us is us, and we'll ride with that. But what's going on, Broncos country? What's really going on?
Well, I mean, Shelby, we both picked you to make the playoffs too. It's hard, Shelby, because again, I'll be honest with you. I thought you guys were gonna run. This all goes back to offensive stuff, Shelby, and I don't like saying this to you because I know you're not here to throw anybody under the bus. But I will just tell you, you're asking what's going on. I got a problem with your offensive coordinator sometimes because I don't think he dedicates to running the football, and I think he gets quarterbacks killed, and it drives me crazy because I've been watching it since Peyton Manning has left, where you go into three wide, and rushers get home, and quarterbacks get killed. And I don't want Teddy getting any more concussions, and I want to see these guys. You did what you did the other day. I truly believe you can be a playoff team, right? We've been saying it since training camp. We knew the defense was going to be good. The question is always the offense. So there's an explanation from us. I don't expect you to respond because I don't, you want to say something to me, obviously it's cool. I don't want you having to drive the bus over your teammates or anything like that. But that's where that comes from. What's that?
Defense is credit. My thing is that we keep talking
Okay.
about our offense this, our offense that. There's 11 other guys on the other side of the ball that get paid too. And it's just crazy because we just disregard anybody we play with. But, we can't do this on offense. You can't do that. We are playing against pros. And here's my thing. The people that doubted us, thank you. We appreciate it. Because that pushes me to be better. Nothing but motivation. And I'm talking about, I'm in a room right now where a couple of my boys right now, and they're all diehard Broncos fans. And the one thing they always keep saying is, keep talking that trash, Broncos Nation, because we are motivated. We are. This is what we do. And everybody can keep down us all you want to. We're just gonna keep stacking them weeks, stacking them W's. You know what I mean? So appreciate you, Broncos country. Well, not really, but appreciate you, Broncos country.